Hi everyone. Today we can move on to module 5, digital data communication techniques. Already we had studied multiplexing technologies in fourth module. Now we can study about the digital data communication techniques and the types of errors that is present in a digital data communication, and how these errors are detect and correct. What are the mechanism that is used for detecting and correcting errors? All these should be studied in this module. So first we can study what are the types of digital data communication techniques. Actually, in serial transmission, the signaling elements or the data can be sent down the line one at a time or more than one bit at a time. So there is a need of synchronization, or there is a need of proper arrangement for the receiver. So in order for the receiver to sample the incoming bit properly, it must know the arrival time, also the duration of each bit receives. So there is a timing problem will occur. So in order to avoid this timing problem, we need a mechanism to synchronize the transmitter and receiver. Okay. So for proper transmission in between the transmitter and the receiver, there is a need of synchronization to avoid some timing problems. Okay. അതായത് നമ്മുടെ കയ്യിൽ ട്രാൻസ്മിറ്റർ റിസീവർ ഉണ്ട്. ഇതിൻ്റെ ഇടയിൽ ഒന്നുകിൽ 1 ബിറ്റ് അറ്റ് എ ടൈം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മോർ ദാൻ 1 ബിറ്റ് അറ്റ് എ ടൈം നമുക്ക് ട്രാൻസ്മിഷൻ നടത്തുന്ന സമയത്ത് റിസീവർ പ്രോപ്പറായിട്ട് അതിനെ ആ വരുന്ന ബിറ്റിനെ പ്രോപ്പറായിട്ട് അറേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിനെ സാമ്പിൾ ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ അറൈവൽ ടൈം അറിഞ്ഞിരിക്കണം, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഡ്യൂറേഷൻ ഓഫ് ഈച്ച് ബിറ്റ് അതും അറിഞ്ഞിരിക്കണം. സോ അവിടെ ഒരു ടൈമിംഗ് പ്രോബ്ലം ഉണ്ടാവാനുള്ള സാധ്യതയുണ്ട്. സോ അതിന് നമുക്ക് ഓവർകം ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ we need to synchronize the transmitter and receiver. Transmitter means receiver ni nammal oru synchronization cheyendadana. So there are two solutions. One is asynchronous transmission and other one is synchronous transmission. So what do you mean by asynchronous transmission? The name itself shows that it is the transmission is in asynchronous manner. Here the data are transmitted one character at a time, 5 to 8 bits at a time. Here there is no clock signal is used for the timing. So receiver should resynchronize with each character. The receiver has the opportunity to synchronize at the beginning of each character. So there is a need of synchronization at each character, at the start of each character. In study stream, interval between character is actually uniform, but if there is a ideal state, the receiver looks like for the transition is 1 to 0. Okay. Here some overhead of 2 to 3 bits per character is occurring. It is performance is low and it's good for data with large gaps, and it is simple in nature and it is cheap. So asynchronous transmission, we can transmitter can transmit 5 to 8 bits at a time. There is no timing signal is there. There is no clock signal is there. The receiver has to resynchronize at each character. It is actually a simple mechanism, or it's a cheap mechanism. And this is the structure of asynchronous transmission. You can see that in a study stream, you can see that 5 to 8 data bits is transmitted at a time. It is something like a uniform structure. But in the case of ideal state, it is the receiver looks like a transition from 1 to 0. We can add even or odd parities along with this data bits. And before the next character is start to send, there is a need of synchronization. There is a need of stop element is there. Okay, so for every character there is a start bit as well as a stop element is there. Okay, so first character is in between start and stop bit. You can see in the next character it is also in start and stop bit, but between these two characters there is a need of unpredictable time interval between these characters. So actually it is an asynchronous transmission. There is no synchronized manner. Okay, so these are all about asynchronous transmission. Next is synchronous transmission. It's actually bit level transmission. That is block of data is transmitted without start or stop bits. There is no start element or stop element for the synchronous. Here for synchronization we are using a clock signal. A separate clock line is used for synchronizing the characters or synchronizing the data. They are mainly used for short distance transmission and they are subject to impairments, transmission impairments. So all the data is embedded with a clock signal. Actually it is mainly used in Manchester coding or for analog transmission by using carrier frequency, etc. So there is a need to indicate start and end of the block. For that we are using some preamble and postamble characters, and they are more efficient than asynchronous. You can see in the figure there is a data field, that is the data. Along with the data, at the header and tailor part contains some flag bits and control feeds along with this clock timing signal to synchronization. Okay, so these are all about synchronous transmission. So there are two types of transmission in digital data communication for overcoming the timing problem, that is asynchronous transmission and synchronous transmission. I hope you all are clear. Thank you.